Hello, my friends. I'm sorry to keep you all waiting. I've been up on Mount Sinai with God. It was again another miraculous sight. One morning, there was thunder and lightning and a thick cloud on the mountain, and loud trumpets blasted. Mount Sinai was wrapped in smoke because God had descended on it in fire, and the mountain quaked. Then God called for me to come up on top of the mountain to be with him. It was amazing to be in the presence of God. And it was then that he gave me the gift of all people, the 10 Commandments. Now, I know what you all might be thinking. The 10 Commandments don't seem like a good gift, but they are. When we follow God's commandments, we can see and experience his love and the love for our neighbors. They also help us stay out of trouble. We'll avoid a lot of the traps in life that can hurt us. God guides us. So trust God. And I want you to see that if you don't obey these commandments, bad things can happen, like this. That is a trap. If you step in it, you can really get hurt. It's the same thing in life. God wants us to avoid traps so we don't get hurt. The first commandment says we shouldn't have any other gods except for the one and true God. Why do you think God wants us to honor only him? Because God is the one true God, and other gods are fake. If we follow fake gods, we're missing out on what the one true God has to offer for us. And that can hurt us. The second commandment says, do not misuse the name of God. Have you ever heard someone say God's name in a bad way? Maybe when they're upset or mad? I've heard this happen too. But when we misuse God's name, we're not showing honor to him. And that's bad. The third commandment says to keep the Sabbath holy. What kinds of things do people rather do on Sunday instead of going to church or thinking about God? People might sleep in, watch TV, or go to a sports game. Not keeping the Sabbath holy can hurt us because it takes our attention away from God. The fourth commandment says to honor your mother and father. What are some ways kids can honor their parents? We could listen to them and help them with chores around the house. Show them respect and kindness. What might happen if you don't honor your parents? We get in trouble, don't we? That's right, it can be hurtful. The fifth commandment says, don't murder. What happens when someone murders another person? They go to jail. Murder is really hurtful. Instead, God wants us to show love for our neighbors and help them when they need it. Number 6 says that husbands and wives should stay true to each other. What happens when husbands and wives don't stay true to each other? Sometimes they get divorced and families get broken up. Bad things happen when we don't obey God's commandments, and people and families can get hurt. Let's see what number 7 says. Number 7 says not to steal. That's a good commandment to listen to. What happens when you steal? You get caught, and you could get in big trouble. People can even go to jail for stealing. Stealing can cause a lot of hurt. Moving to number 8. Eighth commandment says not to lie, or say bad things, or gossip about other people. What bad things might happen if you lie or say bad things about other people? People don't think you're nice. Your friends may not trust you anymore. You can hurt people's feelings. It feels terrible when friends don't trust us anymore. We don't want that to happen. God guides us, so trust God. The 9th and 10th commandment says, not to covet what someone else has. Have you ever really wanted something that belongs to someone else? How does wanting something make you feel? it makes us feel unhappy, and we become unsatisfied with what we have. Coveting can make us feel terrible. God knows which choices might hurt, which choices will keep us safe. He loves us so much. That's why He gives us rules and guidelines to keep us safe and happy. So remember, trust God. He gives you what you need, and He makes us strong, and He keeps us safe and happy.